Write an equation for the given information. Angle 1 and angle 2 are the result of bisecting an angle. So if we want to write an equation such that these two angles are the result of bisecting an angle, we have to know what bisecting means. So bisect means to cut in half. So we're cutting something in half. So angle 1 and angle 2 are the result of bisecting an angle. So we started off with some angle, and the result of that angle, which is angle 1 and angle 2, came from the fact that we bisected this original. So think of this angle as the original angle. Okay, that's the beginning angle. So that's the original. So let me draw the situation. We have some angle, and they're telling us that angle 1 and angle 2 are the result of bisecting that angle. So here's my angle. If I were to bisect it, meaning cut it in half, then it would look something like this. And bisect means to cut in half. So if you cut something in half, that means that the resulting angles should be the same size. So I can mark that these are congruent in the image to show that this has been cut in half. So again, this is my original angle. I drew a ray that is a bisector. It's cutting this original angle in half. So if you cut something in half, you get two congruent parts. So we know these two parts are the same size. So angle 1 and angle 2 are the result of bisecting an angle. So now we have the sketch that represents what happens if you bisect an angle. You get two congruent angles. And then they're telling us, well, they want you to write an equation based on this information. So if I want to write an equation you need to have something equated, so an equal sign in it. And if I want to talk about two angles being equal, then I can't talk about them being congruent. So you also have to know that if two angles are congruent, we know that they will have the same measure. So these two angles, we know that they have the same measure. And since I know they have the same measure, now I can write my equation. So let me name these angles. So you can see angle 1 and angle 2. So let me call this angle 1 and this angle 2. And I can see that the measure of angle 1 is going to be equal to the measure of angle 2 because this ray is cutting this angle in half into two congruent parts. And since these are congruent, they have to be equal to each other. So that will be my conclusion. The measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 2.